Mr. Yusuf, how are you?
Very good, my man.
I can't hear. Okay, I can hear you now. Can you hear me fine?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, screen share is going to happen later on, right? In terms of the
Yeah,
website review.
absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right, all right. So we got one like so far from Yusuf Chowdhury. Thank you to that Yusuf Chowdhury, wherever he is. Welcome everybody. This is Imran Nanlawala of Digital Learning Partners, and I'm joined by the digital marketing strategist and guru himself, Yusuf Chowdhury. We've had an ongoing series on building a website that converts, the series. And last week we discussed the importance of ads, and the week before that we discussed social media strategy and how it relates to off-page SEO and how you can drive more traffic to your website. If you go and watch all of the different shows, you'll definitely learn a lot about building the webpage that converts, off-page, on-page SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, organic versus inorganic traffic. We've covered so many different things, Yusuf. And in terms of this specific series, the conclusion of it today is ADA compliance. So let's go straight into it, my friend. What does ADA stand for?
That's an excellent question, as always. And I don't think we can always ever end doing this show, to be honest.
Oh,
What I mean?
we're not gonna end the show, man. We're gonna move on to the next topic.
Absolutely. So basically, that's a beautiful question. I'm glad you asked that. So what is an ADA? So basically, ADA stands for the American with Disability Act, right? It was introduced, like, I believe, like 1990. And yeah, in the 90s, exactly 1990 was introduced. So basically, it can help people with disability when they have access to, like, stores, governmental, facilities, and different recreational places, so they can get that right, make sense, enjoy their life while they having that sort of the disability part, the physical for the physical capacity, right? So that's the original idea behind the what is ADA. So now, so recently, I would say. Uh, Maybe like in 2000, I don't know if it's 2003 or 2009, and now the same what do you call it, the act itself, now they're focusing on the website version of how we can make it super friendly and compatible and easy for people that are blind, for example, or people that cannot hear, you know what I mean, for them how to use the website. Make sense? So that's what, in a nutshell, that's what AD compliance means. That means when you build the website, you do have to think about them as well, and how you build it in a sense that their software or the software or the browser are able to basically navigate all the pages and fill up the form without any confusion. You know what I mean?
So it's all about, in a nutshell, it's all about accessibility, making sure that the website is accessible to a wide range of users, irrespective of the way they interact with the website, irrespective of the way they interact with technology. In this specific case, we're trying to make it accessible to those with a variety of different disabilities.
You're absolutely correct, because I mean it's a demographic. I think we have like more than 40 million, right? I mean, you have to really, if you double check that number, that they still have the right to, I mean, you have customers that are disabled. Wouldn't it be very hard for them to come to your website to, basically to buy the product and services, but they're having a hard time, not able to, click or find what they're looking for, or these images don't make any sense to them. You know what I mean? So we have to look at it also from that perspective as well, because recently, some of the businesses are implementing this ADA, but they're doing it to avoid lawsuit, right? So of course, lawsuit is going to happen, but don't do it for that. Do it for to help the people with disability. Make sense?
Just to make the website accessible to a variety of people. And the law, look, we have to be honest, the lawsuit element is definitely a part of it, right? Where, in the sense, you don't want to get, if you're an aspiring business owner, or you've started your small business, you don't want to get sued, and you don't want to get sued for something that you can remedy. And then the other side of it, which I would say is more altruistic, it's more important, is making your services accessible to a wide range and variety of people. For example, at my alma mater, Northeastern Illinois University, it's amazing. As a student there, as an employee there in the past, what was amazing is looking at the people with a variety of different disabilities. I remember we used to serve blind students, people who were partially deaf, and it's amazing watching the blind students per se, specifically navigate into the university, make it to the computer lab, and then I forgot. I think the program was called JAWS at the time, and it was something that would read the screen to the students, right? And then it's amazing that there's so many technologies and services out there that are ready to help people who need it. And I think it's an amazing thing, right? So we got the two sides of it. One side of it is lawsuit, avoid it. The other side of it is these are our fellow human beings, right? And we should serve them and help them.
You're absolutely right. In fact, you brought me to another idea, because some of my prospects did ask me, like, why this is important. I'm like, so the disability part wasn't that enough for you, right? So I basically told them, okay, let me split it down why this is also important, beside helping people with disability, right? And also beside avoiding the penalties, right? So let's say it does help with the compliance. It does help with the increasing these targeted audience. I mean, people disabled, they could be your audience. Now they're gonna see your website and they're gonna have a good experience. Make sense? So the targeted audience increases, right? If you look at it from a technical point of view, right? Also, it also helps with improving your SEO efforts. If you do the search optimization technique on page and off page, they can also increase it and help you. And in fact, when Google notices that you're actually implementing it, there's a chance that based on that user experience, you might get more visibility and more some sort of vote to your site. Okay. And I would say number 3 would be like, it helps with your reputation as a good website that works very well. You know what I mean? So that's why the ADA compliance overall means, as you mentioned in the beginning, better accessibility and better usability, right? Besides avoiding the lawsuit, right?
And what's interesting is I'm working on and off with just volunteering my time with a group of individuals who are deaf.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when I was discussing with them, we were looking at their website and looking at their online presence, and he was giving me feedback in terms of the way they engage and interact with material. So he said, look, we don't care for just straight up translations. He said a lot of people who are deaf, number one, they can't necessarily read English.
Correct.
Right? He says we can sign in English, but those are two different things. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But he was saying we're looking for engaging content. But I think the benefit is that there's still a population out there that has a specific type of need.
Yeah.
And it's good for us to serve them for multiple reasons. Sometimes we're very selfish. We wait for this problem to hit home or to hit our neighbors or our friends, and then we look into helping people. But I think there's nothing wrong with serving those who need it.
You're right, because if you remember back in, I believe in 2018, right, there were like more than 2,200 ADA website lawsuit filed in federal court back in 2018. That's like almost like more than 100-something%. Right? Now, typically, attorney is not supposed to sue you right away. The attorney is supposed to look at your website. If there's a problem, they're supposed to send you a warning, so you can have like 3 to 6 months to fix it, to have the developer fix it, right? But unfortunately, some attorney, how they are, they want to just make money. They just scare small businesses and they sue them. And I thought, excuse me, I thought only the big corporation like Home Depot or Chick-fil-A or Domino's even recently got sued.
Wow.
They're the only one that's gonna get this hit, because they have billions of dollars. It's not an issue for them. They can take care of it, right? But the small businesses, in fact, if you go to YouTube and type like AD website lawsuit, there was a local news station that actually covered this portion of how even a mom and pop shop got sued for like 10-20 grand. Makes sense? So we just kind of warn customers like, look, this is very important to have it anyway. So when you build the website, make sure you do it. And if you don't have it set up on it, let us analyze it. There's so many tools out there you can use and look at it yourself, and maybe even send it to your developer to fix it, because most of the stuff deals with coding, right? So that means the developer has to go on the back end and change some code, and some of the stuff that you can do by yourself. You know what I mean?
So let's go straight into the meat and the potatoes and talk about what are some of the ways for small business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, when they're building their web page, what are some things they need to keep into consideration?
Okay, first thing, they have to understand that there's 3 kinds of categories when it comes to this so-called ADA. There's a statement called WCAG, which stands for Web Content Accessibility Guideline. Okay, so this is where it has all the coding regulations and whatnot. And there are 3 tabs out of this so-called WCAG. It's WCAG 2.0A, 2.0 AA, and 2.0 AAA. So what we focus on is the AA. Okay, so when they hire somebody who does this accessibility, adjustment, They just need to make sure that what are the difference, that they know the company that they're hiring, they know what they're talking about. So they have to mention the WCAG, 2.0 AA first, for example. Okay, it's a little bit technical, but business need to understand what are these things. Okay, and in fact, I'm going to share this link with you. You can put it on the community. This awesome dude put this. What he basically did, he took the complicated, like the coding text, so that only the developers and the coders can understand, not the average person. So this guy by the name Chris, let's see, he has a website called accessible.org. So he put this thing together to make it a little bit easy for an average person to understand. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you here, so you can go ahead and put it in the group later on. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, when it comes to something like doesn't require coding, let's talk about the concept of what are these ADA compliance website checklists, right? So the first thing is the website design matter. Like, how are you designing the website, in a sense, like how is it being navigated? Are the color something called foreground, background color? Are the text easy to read? Do the text have a message on the back end that says these are text, these are not images? Make sense? Go ahead, you had a question?
Why is that important? I mean, you just said, does it have text in the background that says whether this is an image or not? Why is that important?
Excellent question, because there are some, when you tap the text, the coding has to say this is a text line, or this is a header, or this is a subheader, because the software reads it. So if the text was not put properly in the back end, the software can understand, is this full paragraph, or what is it for? Because they have to visualize it, even though, people with this sort of blind, I mean, they have their own way of how to see things, you know what I mean? So the first point is the website design. The second thing is the quality of the code. That means the quality of the code on the back end. Is it properly built? Are there too many broken codes? Are the codes explaining? Like, for example, you have an image, right? Does it have an alt tag that explains this is an image of such and such, for example, right? You need to have an accurate descriptive text that explains what things are, what videos are, what audio files are, what the images are, okay? And the way you structure it, maybe you'll have an image that has a text, but it's not actual text that you can highlight. And that is something you have to avoid.
So so you said alt text, you said description of the image. So just walk us through this. For example, if I'm blind,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I use the pertinent software while I'm browsing the web,
Mm-hmm.
is this information there on the back end so it could be read to me?
Yeah, because the code can also explain to the software. The code can say, okay, this is a headline, so it reads it as a headline, and the second is a paragraph. There's a code says this is a paragraph. If you don't put the code correctly, the software wouldn't, even if it reads it, the person doesn't know is this a paragraph? Is this a blog? Is
Right.
this a mission statement? It'd be confusing for the software to figure it out. Make sense? So this is what the coder needs to come in and make sure that whatever they put on the back end is very descriptive and it exactly says what it is. For example, one of the things that we all need to avoid, if you have let's say about the company page, right? You explain about the company and what it does and the story behind it. Some of the words has this underline, like underline, just a line below the words, right? Typically, the only time you have an underlined word, that means it's clickable to go to somewhere else or highlighted. Make sense? So if you are going to underline a word that is not linking to somewhere else, you don't want to do that because the software is trying to figure out what is this, so it's not going anywhere, right? Simple stuff like these, right? So don't use images of text. What I mean by that, I come to your homepage, it says welcome. There's an image that says welcome, but it's not a text. It's just an image that says welcome. Right? So how would the software know what does it say? So on the back end, it should say this is an image that says welcome. So the software can say welcome. Yeah. Okay. So as I mentioned, add alternative text for all images on the website. It doesn't matter, even if it's a small icon. Say this is an icon of a company. This is an icon of a mailbox. This is an icon for a contact page. Okay, and this is actually part of the search engine optimization that you have to do alt tag anyway, right? If you have a video, let's say you have a video on YouTube, make sure you have a caption and make sure you transcribe the video. So if you want to put the video on the website, have a transcript of that video so the software can also read it. right? If let's say they don't want to see the video, they're blind, they can see the video, but at least the software can read the transcript of the video. Makes sense? And if somebody cannot hear, they can read the captioning. Makes sense? It is highly recommended to avoid any kind of pop-up, like the pop-up messages. It is highly recommended not to use it. Also, avoid any type of autoplay, like how you visit some website and the video automatically plays. Don't do that.
Why is that?
Because again, the software cannot grab it, right? And at the same time, if the video is playing, they don't know what is it playing. Is it from the home? Is it in the middle? What is it for? It's gonna basically close your eyes and go to a website that plays the video, and what you're gonna think? What is this? I visit this website and something playing. I'm like, okay, is this an intro? Is this what's happening here? Do you see? I mean, simple stuff like this, like we never think about it, right? In fact, when I went to South by Southwest, me and my fellow business partners, we had this amazing, believe it or not, this blind person who was actually a WordPress developer. Okay.
Wow.
So we gave him, my business partner gave her website to him so he can go through it. And one of the things, whenever I thought about it, like he came to the contact page. You know how in the contact page you have the name and email and put a message and submit? Then you have the CAPTCHA, right? First of all, if they don't want to use the mouse, they have to use the keyboard. And the keyboard, when you click the tab, it has to go through every single option on the website, from the navigation to the forms to everywhere. So some of them was not working. So when he was clicking the tab, it wasn't going from the name to the email box. That has to be fixed, right? And in the CAPTCHA, it says 1 + 2 equal whatever. The backend doesn't say what it is. Just the code. So he said, need to say this is the CAPTCHA for a form. I'm like, wow, simple stuff like this, right? So make sure the PDF files, you don't want to have a PDF files on the home page, like slapped on the home page or into the pages, because again, the software cannot read it. So what they recommend, if you have a form or a document, make it into an HTML format. Make the keyboard enabled. That means when you build the browser, you got to make sure that when you use the keyboard, it goes through every single page, every single form, right? And on the bottom, you also have to put like the sitemap on the footer, that all the pages and all the sitemap for the website. Then you also have to make sure that services like text-to-speech services and closed captioning and text readers, magnifiers, screen reader software, or optical character readers should work on these websites. So these are some of the basic stuff when it comes to the so-called checklist. You know what I mean? Now,
let's go back to transcriptions, because you kind of glanced over that very quickly. You said when you have a video on YouTube, have it transcribed. But now my question is, YouTube offers the automatic subtitling, and Google Meet also has a very cool feature now where if we were having a Google Hangout or a Google Meet session, it would transcribe what we're saying live. So wouldn't that take care of it?
Well, can the software read that? Question. So if I'm going to put my YouTube video, let's say as a blog on the website, so I'm still the blog portion, not like a video on the homepage, right? Because the video on the homepage, you cannot transcribe that. But if you want to have a video posted on your website as a blog post, right, then it's highly recommended that you should have a text for that blog. In fact, if you watch any of the Google's videos on analytics and marketing and stuff like that, on their own blog, they have it transcribed, all of it. You know what I mean? So that helps people with, again, disability. But it also helps with the search engine, because now the search engine going to index all those texts. Imagine if you have an hour video. Oh my God, how much transcript is that? That's like 3,000, probably 4,000 words. Good SEO boost for you. Makes sense? So I shared the tool with you right here, wave.webaim.org. So this is a tool that most attorneys, when they sue, use it. Okay, so check it out. Right, it's a free tool. You plug in the website, it shows you. In fact, when we analyze your friend's website, I want to show you how it works. Right. So this is Chris Rivenbrock put together. So he talked about this too. So it's a very awesome software. You just put your website, and it shows you every single page what are the issues and how you can fix it. Or if you don't know what it means, when you click on those options, it gives you the actual coding area where the problem is, and a reference on what it means and how to learn more to fix it. Okay. So this would be an option for people that don't know even the basic of the ADA or the WCAG. At least they can use this tool to learn. Okay, there are many software out there. There's an organization called Knowability that they train and coach agencies and developers on how to build a website for people with disability. In fact, they even have services where I can pay a disabled blind person like $75, and he will go through the website and give me a feedback.
Wow.
So companies need to utilize that, because on one hand you're helping them, you're helping them to make money, right? You're helping them to generate income. At the same time, you're helping your own website. Make sense? So there are companies like Tenon.io, DynoMapper that basically analyze all these information. In fact, Tenon has developers that you can hire them for your clients to do the work on your behalf as well.
Wow.
So check out the webaim.org. Go ahead and put your website, and it will basically go ahead and analyze that for you. Somebody asked me, since we focus more on the WordPress, is there any plugin for that? Absolutely. There's a plugin for that. And there's a website. I'm going to share this with you. But one thing you have to be careful from the plugin. The plugin doesn't, is not bulletproof. You still have to go on the back end and make changes by yourself. Like, for example, alt tag. You have to put the words of the alt tag by yourself. You can't, the tool cannot do that for you. You know what I mean? So even though this plugin is kind of okay to have, as a starter, but don't rely on it 100%. Okay. Now, if you want to avoid any lawsuit, what I basically did, if you go to my company website, onlinebusinessowners.org, scroll all the way on the bottom under the footer, there's an option called accessibility. When you click on it, typically you can use this message to basically tell the visitors, like, okay, we are aware of the accessibility issue and we're working on it. And that way you're not going to be in trouble. Okay. But make sure that you work on it. Don't just leave it there forever. You know what I mean? Don't just leave that message there forever to avoid lawsuit and not care about, helping people, with the disability. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. What about, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask, what about colors? What about font sizes on the home screen?
All comes, like, the color has to, there's a different rule in the color contrast. I always recommend, just even before the ADA. I mean, I thought I knew too much about this, because part of the search engine optimization technique, that the ADA somehow partially was part of it, but it was never mentioned that it was ADA. For example, alt tag was part of the SEO implementation, right? User experience, part of the SEO implementation, right? But I never looked at it as accessibility. Excuse me. But when I went to the South by Southwest and met this amazing organization, Knowability, and I took a test, and I thought, man, I'm going to ace this, right? I only got like 40 out of 100, right? I'm like, darn it, I got to learn more. So basically what I did, I had some of my developer take the courses and study and kind of be familiar with it. And now every new client comes in, we basically mention this to them, and we do our best to build a site that is at least, follows the WCAG 2.0 AA ADA compliancy.
Okay. Should we go to the screen sharing session of this?
Absolutely, because I guess we're done for any more question for the ADA from anybody. So I guess we're done for that. So so let's go ahead and do what? Share your friend's website.
Sure.
Do I have that capability?
Yeah. You'll see it on the bottom.
All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Share a screen. All right, what is this?
Just a reminder, folks, while Yusuf is getting set up, ADA compliance, very important for a multitude of reasons.
Right.
Number one, you don't want to get sued.
Yeah, I got a message here that Google Chrome would like to record this computer screen. I'm like, what? Are you recording this?
No, I mean, it's broadcasting and recording. I mean, it's through the software. I've never seen that.
Okay, yeah. Is it sharing now? Let's see.
Yeah, I don't see it. It hasn't popped up yet. But ADA compliance, folks, is important for multiple reasons. You don't want to get sued, but also there's a segment of the population that needs help. As Yusuf mentioned, there's a lot of stuff on the back end that needs to be done in terms of putting in the right text, alt tags, describing what the images and banners and videos, etc. are. There's also a color and font style and font size component of it. We've shared a few resources. I'm going to bring those up on the screen, just to let you know that these are some places where you can check out for some additional help. Okay, so there's one.
Okay, is it sharing now?
Yeah, I see your screen. I'm about to share it. And then we got another resource right here, folks, so you can check those out in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen. Here we go.
All right. So this is the website, right? Your friend?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is Chris. We'll do a shameless plug for my friend Chris Grayson. He's a very good guy in general, but he's an amazing trainer. He's a scientist in the gym, very well studied. Comes from a pedigree of good trainers and strength and conditioning coaches. He takes a very scientific approach to training his athletes. He's personally helped me. He's helped a lot of elite athletes. So this is his website.
Amazing. Okay, so let's talk about this, right? First thing first, where is the HTTPS? Okay. That has to be fixed. That's like mandatory by Google, okay? And it does help with the SEO as well. That's number one. And especially, I think he has a store. So for security, you need to have HTTPS for security since you're selling stuff online. You know what I mean? Okay. Number two, Urban Strength Institute. Okay, the logo is right there. Is the logo a little bit cut or is it on purpose like this? Okay, maybe on purpose. Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? Is it? What is this? It's like the ship crank or something. Anyway, are you with me, man?
Yeah, that's like the anvil. You know, that's the famous anvil, and the part where you're banging on the anvil with the hammer. So that's I think a stereotypical image in terms of strength and training, and beating on something and doing. Yeah.
Just checking. Okay, the video, the background here is good because automatically tells me this is a fitness kind of website automatically. So without even reading anything, that first impression, okay, this is a fitness training, coaching, whatever, automatically I got that impression.
Okay.
Right? So that's very good. There's a message here. Keep moving towards a better you. So he's addressing me. Wow, because I really want to be better, right? And he's addressing me, which is good, right? I also like the fact red color for the book an appointment. That's the money-making call to action right there. Because for him to generate income, he needs booking those sessions, right? Beautiful. I love that call to action. And I see that it's white on the top, right? I'm not sure if he has if you can check with him, see if he has a Google goal page set up for these two buttons so you can see which one gets the most hit. Okay? Make sense?
Yep.
Because goal page configuration on the analytics will tell you which one get the most click versus whatnot. I like that the few pages, testimony, contact, blog, and store. I wish he had like an about, about the company. Make sense?
Maybe yeah.
That's
what if he has it below? Like if you scroll down and we see it there.
Yeah, but the Discord above the fold, that's what we see, the first thing.
Okay.
Fold, right? Let's see. Okay, after leaving. Okay, so that's right here. That's him. Couple of accreditation, right? Credibility, certification, whatnot. Okay. Yep. So instead of this empty, it should have another bar that here says about urban strength. Right? Make sense? What gets measured gets improved. I like that. I like the big text. This one right here is too small. You gotta enlarge it, maybe like 16 pixel or 18. Couple of graphic images that reflect this message. Nice. There's an app. He has an app. Let's see. Extension additional guide. So you see the text right here, the difference between this and this?
Yeah. Yep.
So
yep.
Make this one like this one. You gotta be consistent. I love the bold text right there. It stands out. I like these images right here. Our training options. All right. So the buyer's journey. They see the video. There's a call to action. If I'm not interested, about the company, about the strength, then how this is, that gets the measure. That's kind of a selling point right there, and more selling point, features. Then the services, right? The prices. This is like monthly. Okay, very good. This is the most popular one. Then your goals reach remotely. Wow, that's very nice. Learn about online training. So there's another option if they cannot come to the facility, I guess, right? What our clients. So testimony right here, very good. Read more testimony. Couple of pictures that's very good. Blog post from Urban Strength Institute, very nice. Except this one here, you need to have the snippet, like not just the title and read more, but like a short paragraph that then says read more. Okay. Instead of just title and read more, because that's not enough. If I read a little bit, like a paragraph, oh, this is interesting, let me finish, then I'm going to click read more. So that's what I'm going to ask him to change. Okay, not for these, but right here. And see more blog posts. You got the map. Excellent. Hours of operation. Again, I love that you got the booking appointment. Again, that's very good. And of course, getting email, subscribing to the email. So all these are very good. All the social on the bottom, very nice. But there is no legal disclaimer, privacy policy, terms of service, and also the accessibility disclaimer. Okay. But in terms of the journey, I like it.
Go back to the online portion where he says train online. I want to see if he took my advice when I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Let's take a look at that page. I'll have to get on him in case he didn't.
You gotta smack him. Let's see.
No, don't want to smack this guy, my friend.
The one punch you beat. Okay, there you go. Online training. Let's get started. That's pretty good, but he needs to add some images though. You know what I mean? Because all plain text. Like if he add like interesting images, like what's in the online training, like he did how like what's get measured, whatever, right? Same statement, like there's an image reflects a message. So if you can add a little bit of either video or some sort of images, that can also stand out. Okay, so that's good. What else is here? What is this?
It's a supplement company, Thorn.
Oh, so it's going to an external site. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very popular supplement company.
Okay, it's kind of taking forever.
Here, we have a good question from Charles that came in as you mentioned something. Does a legal link or terms of service affect SEO ranking?
That's an excellent question. I wouldn't say it will has any value and effect, to be honest, but when Google look at your website, they look at three things. They look at authority, they look at expertise level, they look at effectiveness and relevancy, right? So when it comes to especially trust, right? The trustiness or trustworthiness. When it comes to trust, if you have like HTTPS, if you have a legal disclaimer, you basically telling the user, look, I'm legit. I'm here to help you, but I want to let you know that when you visit the website, all these information get like on the browser, cookies and whatnot, stuff like that. So you're offering that transparency, and that builds credibility, that builds trust, that builds authority. Makes sense? From that perspective, yes, it's really good to have it. Okay, so even though it might not have some sort of SEO value on it, but except an additional page that can be indexed that has your company information from within those words. So that's why you need to have it. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. So this is also external link, right? Design for Health. Also external link. Okay.
2 supplement companies.
Okay. It doesn't look like he has a lot of pages except on the blog. He might have a lot of good content. So on the blog page, again, you need to have like a little bit of a snippet, then read more. Okay. But I like the blog structure. I don't know about this sidebar here. It's kind of distracting. If you don't want the audience to get distracted, you can remove the sidebar here and just make them focus on these. Okay, that would be my suggestion. Or if you want to take them to your social channels like the Facebook box or Instagram or whatever, where he has like an YouTube, Instagram, and those. You can put those instead, right? Or you just don't need to put it because on the mobile device, these sidebar don't show up. Okay. All right. So minor changes. I mean, overall, the website is nice. It's Yusuf approved 90%. Okay. Good. So let's go ahead and check and see a few things. Let's go ahead and see, first of all, let's check the disability, right? Let's see. I'm not sure if it's, I'm sure it's not accessibility compatible. So let's go ahead and put it right here. And let's see how many errors. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. So on the home page, only 3 errors. That's not bad. So when you click on this thing, it says a page does not have a first level heading. Click the code. Where is it at exactly in the code? Right there in the code. What it is, click the reference, and it says, what does it mean? A page does not have a first level heading. Why it matters? Headings facilitate page navigation for users of many assistive technologies. They also provide semantic and visual meaning and structure to document. A first-level heading H1 should be present on nearly all pages. It should contain the most important heading on the page, generally the document title. And there's more resources. Again, these are all developers can understand, right? But at least this tool can tell me exactly what's happening, right? If I scroll down, Like right here, I click this. What does it mean? In the coding area, in the reference for it. And this is just the home page. This is just the home page. And it's only stripped it out from its original color. I don't see the contrast. Let me turn off the style right now. It's weird, right? So it doesn't read how it looks to us. So right now, if I'm going to look at different page, let's say if I look at, it's not even reading the video at all. Okay, that is so weird. Look, see, you can't even read the image. See that? It's blank. There's a data graph issue, push app, linked image with alternative text. Alternative text is present for image that is within a link. Okay, this is good. But if I want to pick, I don't know what doesn't let me. Unfortunately, this website has some issues. It doesn't let me click on another page. So I'm going to take testimony page. Man, this isn't just slow. Okay, I'm going to take the testimony page and see if I can get a different reading there. Same thing. Yeah. What is this website built on, by the way? Do you know?
It's definitely a WordPress website.
Is it?
I believe so.
So 7 errors here, 725 alerts.
I know back in the day, at least, he was using Elementor. I'm not sure if he's still using Elementor or not in terms of the theme.
Let's see. Yeah, it is a WordPress. Okay. Yeah, but for some reason it's not showing. I don't know why the image is not coming up on this particular site.
Do you want to try my webpage, the podcast, and see how it ranks, or see if that one works better?
Which one?
The Wallaway.
The Wallaway.
WALAWAY.com.
Like that?
The Wallaway. Yeah. It's the right way.
It's the right way. I like that. The Wallaway. It's the right way. Right? Let's see. All right. All right. That's the Wallaway. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. All right. Let's go ahead and try that. There you go. You see? It's coming up. So you can go every single page and see what are the issues that needs to be. 15 errors. My God. My God. 15 errors. There you go. Look at that. Look at how many. You see that? Woo! Woo! Look at that. Woo! See all this, my man?
I see it, brother.
Yeah. So let me take back this because I think the style portion was off, but put it again. I turned the styles on, so it should pull it up. Okay, so they need some work on the AD anyway. Okay, on the mobile device, let me close this. On the mobile device, that's how it looks on the mobile device. The video is in place. See that? So it's very nice on the mobile device. But you see the issue right here, the text.
It's a little cut off, just a little bit.
Yeah, so that has to be fixed. So this is good. And see how this is much. See how this portion is better than this portion. Okay. So that has to be taken care of. Look at this is very nice. This is very nice. Look at that.
So overall, he's done a pretty good job on his website.
Oh, he did. Yes. Look at that. Just a minor tweak, minor tweak. And if you click on these pages, see that how it opens up. Very nice. And if you can also check all the other mobile devices on the side. See that? Android, all this stuff. Okay. All right. Is the website mobile friendly? I'm sure it is. There you go. The website is mobile friendly, but needs some minor loading issue that has to be fixed. What about the speed? Let's look at the speed. Oh my God, 9% out of 100 on the mobile device. On the desktop, 45 is not good. On the speed is not good.
What does that have to do with?
This is the backend. It has to be very fast because it does affect with the SEO.
No, but what I'm saying is, why is it that it's 9? Doesn't this have to do with the service provider? Doesn't this have to do with the host?
Excellent question. When you scroll down, it gives you the whole detail. Right here. Speed index, time and track, all the information is right here. So again, see all coding stuff. Server issue, render blocking resources. Yeah, it is Elementor. There you go. Okay. CSS, coding. If he's a coder?
No.
Okay, then have a developer fix it. So he needs to show this to the developer so they can go and fix and adjust, right? But I also check GT metrics. Oh my God, look at that. F. So server scaled images, maybe the images are too big. Images needs to be optimized. Look at all these problems. Caching browser issues.
And this is also going to affect, I would say, probably customer acquisition, no?
Correct. You're absolutely correct. Okay. And right now, let's also check. Let me see if I can create an on-page review. I can use the SEO Quake, but let me also check this. Why is this not working? Still thinking. Come on. Don't waste my time. Come on. There you go. Yeah, when you do live sometimes, it's like everything gets slow.
Yeah.
Trying to like feed the internet. So while it's doing this thing about making an on-page SEO analysis, let's go ahead and check the ranking. Let's see how it's ranking, man. Let's check the ranking. Especially with this kind of business, I mean, Instagram and YouTube videos or live streaming. You know, if you look at Elliot Hulse, you know that awesome.
Of course, yeah, of course.
I used to watch his video like long time ago. He's from Florida. He has a gym, and of course, as you grow, he grow with the growth, right? The guy's amazing. So he built his business just from YouTube videos, man. Right, and now he's like does a lot of other cool stuff. So let's check the ranking. And while I'm checking the ranking, let me come right here. Nothing. Oh, there you go. It's still 51% out of 100. Domain redirects for non-original pages version is not there. Refine your social media-based performance. Engage and promote within your Twitter presence. So this is the page title for his homepage: Urban Strength Institute, Chicago Personal Training, and Lincoln Square. So I would switch it. I'll bring the Chicago Personal Training in Lincoln Square by Urban Strength Institute.
Why is that?
Because when they search for Chicago Personal Trainer, that's the first thing they're gonna see. You want the spider to grab the keyword first. It's not wrong what he did. This is fine, but I prefer the brand will be the last and the keyword on the front. And he did a good job on the title tag. The meta tag description, he also did a good job. Urban Strength Institute is located in Lincoln Square, Chicago. We have specialized in strength training, personal training, nutritional guidance. There's no call to action like, click the link above, right? Everything looks, look at that. He got all tags. Good job. He did it. But there is an issue with the 301 redirect on the server side that he needs to take care of, the www versus HTTP. That's something he needs to talk to the developer to fix it. XML sitemap, there's some issues on the XML sitemap, so you need to log in to the Google Search Console and fix this problem. Okay, there's an issue with the robot.txt file. And let's see what else. Everything looks good. Oh, even got the structure schema tag. Beautiful. This guy's good, man. You see, there's an SSL, but why it's not coming up? See, it's not coming up here. So that means he needs to get in touch with the hosting company and tell them, hey, why the SSL is not working? Okay? Because it's not pulling up. Yes, he got Elementor. He also got Google Analytics. Good job. Excellent. Doesn't have enough backlinks. That's fine. I mean, he needs to work on the SEO. For some reason, the social media names is not pulling up because maybe is the name the same on the social one? Let me see. Because the website is Yeah, what is it? USI Strength, is that the website?
Yeah.
But the name of the business is
Urban Strength Institute.
yeah. So the website should be Urban Strength Institute. I know it's too long, but for Facebook it's not coming up. What is this? Are these not working? The social? Wow.
No, it should be there. It should. He should have a page. I know he has a page for Instagram. I know he has a page for Facebook as well, from what I remember.
Yeah, I'm clicking on the bottom. It's not working.
I think our friend is watching now. I just got a text message from him. Chris, if you're here, man, you could leave some comments on the video. If you have any questions, we can have Yusuf address them live if you have any questions.
Yeah.
But overall, it looks like your website is designed pretty well, and there are some good elements there that have been taken care of. Probably just a few things that need to be resolved.
Okay, so you see, the Facebook is not working. The Twitter is not working. Instagram was clickable. YouTube is not clickable. And if you look at Instagram, Urban Strength Institute doesn't match the domain. That's why when I was looking here, it says there's no social media profile, because the profile has to match the domain name or the company name or the brand name. The only issue with the long name, you're not going to have it on Twitter, but you will have it on Instagram and Facebook, like facebook.com/Urban Strength Institute. But the domain itself is, what is it? USI, which stands for Urban Strength Institute. Strength again? Okay, I don't know. But I know the domain is short, which is good. But if you're going to have a domain like this, then all the social channels should have the same link. I mean, the name going to be Urban with capital U, capital S, capital I, right? The name going to be, of course, Urban Strength Institute, but the link has to be like this, okay? Or vice versa, right? But for some reason, that's why WooRank could not pull up anything, because it didn't match the name. All right, so let's look at the ranking. So there are 243 keywords that somehow bring in traffic, visibility to the website, which is really good, okay? But let's go and check and see which are these relevant or not, which one is on the first page and which one is not. So scrolling down, anything from 1 to 10 is on the first page, okay? Urban Strength Institute, so the brand is established, so the people searching for the brand, and it's coming up. High resistance intervals, that's a keyword, it's coming up for that one. Build squad benefits, high resistance interval training. Are built squad good? That's a question, it could be a blog. John
Fonseca,
Karate.
one of his clients.
Oh, so the client, look, they're coming up. Okay. Thorn stress test. Let's see. So Chris needs to look at this keyword. If these are very relevant, right? Or if these are the one he wants to rank for, then he's doing good, right?
Okay.
So then I'm going to send you a copy of this so you can look at it and go through them. So anything from 1 to 10 on the first page, anything from 11 to 20 is the second page. Okay. So the document will show you how many searches per month and where the traffic is going to which link, and what is it coming from? Is it coming from a link or a video or whatnot? So this way we'll give you an idea how you can basically maybe add more content to this, right? So that's on the ranking factor. All right, but yeah, so just minor adjustment here and there on the page. So Chris, if you notice, I noticed that on the back end it says that you have SSL certification, but for some reason it's not coming up here.
Yeah, he just messaged me saying he's going to contact the hosting company to have that fixed. To
double check that, okay? And also, you do have Google Analytics. I noticed you have a Google Analytics. What you need to do, and if you let us know how many traffic do you get, so we can understand the behavior of your website visitor, you have this awesome call to action right here. Good job on this one, but you also have one up there. So you can set up something called a goal page on the analytics, so the analytics can tell exactly which one get the most click, right? If this doesn't get too many click, they can just keep this one or maybe change the color and whatnot, okay? And all the social link at the bottom, only Instagram is working, but these three are not clickable. And I was telling Imran that you need to have pages like legal disclaimer, privacy policy, terms of service, or accessibility, because I'm not sure if you have any clients or customers who are disabled that come to your facility, right? I don't know if they do, if they don't, but if there's somebody who wants to join you, somebody who's disabled, then like blind and whatnot, then your website is not excuse me, built for that. So
yeah, from my experience, he could correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there have ever been, or there haven't been too many that, yeah.
okay, but it still is good to have the website built for that, for accessibility factor, because that can also help with the search engine anyway, right? And so this tool basically shows you all the errors on every single page when it comes to accessibility factor. Okay. All right. That's it, man.
All right, brother.
And any more questions?
I think we're good. Nothing else has come in. We'll give you guys a minute to ask any questions. Otherwise, we're gonna end this broadcast.
You got like 10 minutes. All right.
Say it again.
We got like 10 minutes left.
We got like 1 minute left, brother.
1 minute.
I'm reaching that 1 hour limit that I have imposed. You know.
Oh. Okay. So we got 10 minutes left. That's for the hour.
So just to remind everybody, this has been a 6-part series on building a web page that converts, and I'm very thankful for Yusuf to joining us, and he's going to continue joining us. We're going to make this a weekly thing. We're going to go live every Sunday. We'll have different things that we cover. But if you are a small business owner or a new business owner, even a medium-sized business owner, right, and you haven't fully embraced the digital, you haven't moved online, you haven't gotten active on social media, you don't know how to run ads, you don't know how to build a web page, we covered so many things in these 6 episodes that if you go back and you use these episodes as a study guide, you will actually, in my honest and humble opinion, learn a lot about building a web page the right way, building it to convert, using the right colors, the right fonts, the right call to action, having the customer journey in mind, how to factor social media optimization into that, how to factor in building ads, how to factor in inorganic and organic traffic. There's so many things that we discussed. So please go ahead and rewatch those episodes, take notes. Yusuf and I are both pretty responsive on social media, so do reach out to us, tag us, comment on the videos, and we'll most likely respond.
Absolutely, and don't forget, take action. Stop being lazy. I'm just yelling at people.
They basically
telling me, like,
can you talk about?
Yelling at me.
Okay, I don't know. You have a question here. I don't know.
Can you talk about client invoicing for websites? Yeah, there is a plugin for that. There's actually a plugin for that, Charles, on WordPress for signing a digital contract and also for invoicing. So when it comes to invoice, I mean, it's up to you how you want to send it, right? Like you can use what is it called? That's a very popular company. What is it?
QuickBooks.
QuickBooks is, yeah, they have different versions. I mean, you can use that to send it to your customer, or you can use invoice.com. You can also use like
FreshBooks.
FreshBook is another one.
PayPal. PayPal is used, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing with when you talk about client invoicing for website, I think what Charles talking about, how do you break it down, right? Is that your question, Charles? Like, how do you break down the scope of work and the delivery and whatnot? Those are actually mostly done on the contract. Like when I mean, again, there's no a blueprint that says you have to do it this way. I work with so many agencies, and I've seen how they do it. Some do it like 20-page contract that has all the information, right? Some, when they invoice it, they have a bullet points. Okay, this invoice is for these simplified bullet points. You know what I mean? Looks like there's a plugin. Yes, in WordPress, there's a man. You build website on WordPress, so you should know that there's a plugin for that, right? Even if you have I don't know, if you step on a Lego, they might have a plugin for that too. So he was saying that, yes, break it down. Yeah, so that's up to you, because if you put everything on the contract, because the contract will have a lot of details, right? The invoice, most customers don't care what's in it. All they care, okay, you send me an invoice for this task and I'm paying you. That's it. Don't even probably look at the invoice. They probably send it to their account manager so they can put in the file and whatnot, right? So there's no right and wrong answer. So when I send my invoices, I basically say this invoice is for this task, and some minor bullet points just to remind them, right? Not the whole shebang, right? Some clients, yes, they want the whole detail, and I put it for them, right? And some customers, they just want the price. Okay, this monthly payment, just send them automatic monthly payment, and they'll go ahead and pay for it. So that is up to you. Okay, there's no one way to do that when it comes to client invoicing. If you want to remind them every month, like for example, I have this one customer that pay me monthly to do their digital marketing, and it's set up like this automatically. So it has the same information over and over, and they get it on the first of every month. Makes sense? Does that make sense? I'm yelling at him right now.
Yusufied.
Yusufied. Right. In fact, Charles asked me, maybe Monday I'll talk about proposal, like, you know, how to set up a proposal and stuff like that, right? So again, it's all up to the person, man. I used to think back in the day, you have to follow everything by the rules. I'm like, man, everyone has their own thing going on, right? So if you check Chris Du from the future, he's actually selling a proposal because he amazingly, charge clients like $25,000 for a logo, right? So you can look at his proposal. WP Elevation, Troy Dean, if you check out his awesome podcast, he also selling some samples of so-called proposals. You can also go to Google and type proposal for website designers, and you get tons of examples. In fact, there's a service company that you can go there. They have a template. You can pick different template for different niches and businesses, and you can purchase those contract or proposal templates. It's up to you.
All right, folks. I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back live with the new series by next Sunday, 4 p.m. Central Time.
Yes,
we're gonna keep this consistent, hopefully throughout the year. Mr. Yusuf, as always, it's a pleasure.
Likewise.
Have you Yusufied this series that we're doing?
Man, all your series are Yusufat approved.
That's what I'd like to hear. I'll make sure I slip in the payment later on through one of your invoices, and
I should put that slap the logo, the Yusufat logo. You know, that's it.
So thank you everybody. Chris, hopefully this helped. Charles, thank you for tuning in for the last few weeks. We appreciate your viewership and your questions, and everybody will see you next Sunday.
Bye everyone.